Hi, Cancer Seeker. August Taroscope. The energy is kind of letting go of you. We're done with your season. The waves are not as stormy. The ocean is not as deep. Maybe August, summertime, we can, I don't know, chill on the beach. Suntan. Welcome to the Existential Shift. Morgaine, if you're a newcomer, thank you for being here. If you have been following me for a while, I love you and appreciate you. Okay, I'm using today the Mythic Tarot deck from the Greek mythology. And let's see what's up with you, Cancer. Let's let the cards talk. Cancer, oh, there we go. Wow, Two of Cups, okay. So normally the Two of Cups speaks of emotional balance, either within yourself, but mostly with a counter partner. Friendship, romance, mostly romance, cups, Suit of Cups, water, emotion, great. And the Two of Cups, in the Mythic Tarot, we have a damsel in distress and Cupid coming to the rescue. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it with the sun. Yeah, you can see it. Maybe you should allow yourself to be saved, Cancer. Maybe you can't swim the ocean that is you on your own. Five of Swords, but I don't know if you can do it. A path needs to be chosen. A road needs to be taken without any hesitance and without overthinking. And I know it looks like all the options are a little bit off. Cons and pros are equal at all options, but it's just in your head. It's just the mechanism of your fears telling you that. In the emotional realm, in the heart, in the realm of the heart, where it really is real, the only thing that is real is what we feel. It's the moment, right? Our brain lives in the future, plans the future, remembers the past, but none of them really exists. So this is the non-existence that you consider to exist, aka your past and your future. Your past traumas and mistakes and failures, and future hiccups that might happen. But this is what's real, Cancer. And this is what we need to focus on. For the month of August, anyway. Okay. Some of us want to go on a rescue mission, do the right thing, be the hero. But so many things are in the way. Life is in the way. Overthinking is in the way. Doubts. Do's and don'ts, rights and wrongs. What would the archetype of the hero do? And that's your answer. Okay, let's keep going. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Midheaven, Cross Watchers. For my Cancer Seekers for the month of August. Let's see. Nice. Queen of Wands. This is August. Leo. Fire energy. Independence. Charisma. Leadership. Fun. Very strong energy of manifestation. Passion. Being true to yourself. To what you want. If you're thinking about going your own way, being independent, leading, that's the time. it's time to kind of let go of the Cancer. They're wearing shield. And show the lion in you. This is very much Cancer Leo cusp, which is interesting because 2 days ago I did Leo for their birthday. And today is my father's birthday. My father died when I was very little. He was Cancer on the cusp of Leo. He was born on July 20th, which is when I'm recording this video. Some of you, it's the little scared child that is wearing the armor of a lion. Our emotions and truth and heart is not our weakness, it's our strength. Let it show. Have your freedom and strength come from there. And if I really look at all the 3 cards together, when I have the 5 of Swords between the Queen of Wands and the 2 of Cups, 5 of Swords can show a dilemma. Are you in a dilemma between partnership and independence? Do I need salvation? Sorry, do I need salvation? Or do I got this? Some of you can't show that you're in need. Some of you don't like to think that you're in need. And some of you who are trying to be the hero and the rescuer, your passion tells you to leap, to do. But your childhood and your fears and your overthinking are holding you back. 2 narratives that are the same. It's just 2 coins, two sides to the same coin. But let's see where this leads to. On Cancer. Some of you, thanks to someone who is supporting you, are discovering your freedom and independence. It's okay. Three cards fall. Oof. All right. There's so much drama, Cancer. Okay. The Hangman, Judgment, and the Tower. Now, don't jump. The Tower here in this combination is not reality. It's not a tragic event. It's not a disaster. When it comes with the Hangman and with the Judgment, this is the collapse of the structure of the self. Who we are, what we are, how we consider ourselves to be. What is the self? The notion of the self is being looked at from a different point of view, a more spiritual, broader. You need to sacrifice the self as you know it in order to reborn. The Judgment is rebirth, is getting to know yourself, but from the core of your soul, of your past incarnations, of all your energy and abilities, and not just of who you were raised to be as a child. I know your culture, your childhood, your religion, set of beliefs, set of values, and all that jazz. I'm talking about deep essence of your spirit and of your soul, dating back to reincarnations. And now it is awakening, shattering through the notion of the self. And it takes a sacrifice. It's heavy. It's burdening. Sacrificing what you think you know of yourself. Breaking out from the cocoon. If there are things that are really dramatic and disaster oriented right now in any of your life, or feel like it is meant to break through your mechanism. It's like a hammer coming and trying to break through the wall. Now guess what? If you didn't have a wall, no hammer would be needed. Things would be easier, more flowing. But they're not. You're overthinking, over-obsessing. Some of you are caught up in your ego. And if energy and universe and spirit wants you to evolve and to go through the next level, and you keep holding on to your mechanism, It will break it. And it might hurt. So it's up to you, Cancer. But you are called for a change of perspective. This is a new world kind of, unlike Leo, which is the last horoscope that I posted, the first one for the month of August, where their world seemed to actually really changing reality-wise. With you, it could be, but with you, it's mostly on an inner spiritual, psychological level. You feel like the world as you know it is changing, and it's hard, and you're trying to hold on to the structure that you knew, but it's collapsing. But guess what? When this collapses, and that forces you to go down to the realms of the basements of your structure, everything's starting to look different. The Hangman is a highly spiritual card, of being able to play the game of life, of changing, being water, Cancer. Looking at things from a different point of view, being the teacher and the student. Sacrificing for a greater good, but not with agony, with joy, because you know what it is meant for. So this is very powerful. I had 3 cards fall down, all 3 major arcana, very spiritual, very energetic, very powerful. Not easy. Not easy. It's not easy, I understand. But you don't seem to have a choice, because the process already started. You're already deep in the waters. And if you want to go up above surface and suntan, you have to let everything collapse. In an ironic way, the collapse of the structure that is above water, that will go and sink underwater, will help you rise above, because there will be room for you above ground. Because above ground right now, your reality, it's not working for you anymore, Seeker. It's not serving you anymore. You've outgrown it. And for those of you whom it's hard to let go of it, a lightning will come and strike it, and it will drown underneath the ocean. And after you've been in the realm of your emotions and your psychology and your spiritual karma and karmas and all that fun stuff, especially in the past month in your season, now you will be able to rise up into the surface. There will be room for you. The sun will shine, even though you'll feel in pain. You're like, oh, what just happened? But here, the sun is shining. And from there, suddenly from the pain, you will start feeling this ecstasy. Please watch this video again a few weeks from now into August, so you can really relate to everything I'm saying if you don't relate yet. There will be a sort of catharsis of real understandings, like the chips will fall, of how things that have happened has affected you and what it brought up. And this will all be very much into August. This is not energy for around August, a little bit more forward in time or back in time. No, this is August. This is in Leo season happening. The sun is coming out. And any gunk that was left out will be seen very clearly, and you don't want that. Drown it. Yes, unfortunately, we put our trash in the ocean. We ruin our ocean, but I feel like it's very symbolic. It's where, in the ocean of our subconscious, is where we put all our fears and our doubts and our traumas. I guess the nature of us and the self is also the nature of the planet in a morbid kind of way. Until we are able to clear all our subconscious from our gunk and emotional trash and cognitive trash, we won't be in a macro level be able to clean the oceans from our trash. It's all synced and related. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Zeus, the brother of Poseidon, who is the god in this card of the Tower. Okay. So Poseidon did his share for you. Great. Now time to approach Zeus. This is what I have in the bottom of the deck. I have the Emperor, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Watch Leo video because they also receive, in the extended of Leo, they have 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe that could be relevant to you guys. But I have here you see this. So this is 4 and 8. 4 and 8 is a combination of numbers that is very karmic. 2 8s, 2 4s, 4 and 8, multiples of those. Actually, I have 2 8s here because Queen of Wands is Leo, it's August. And the reason I'm relating it to a connection is because I have the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups here. So all of this, everything I just said will manifest in the form of a partnership that brings out the divine masculine outside to play. Strong fire energy. I have Leo, I have Aries. Very strong work ethics. Both the Emperor and the 8 of Pentacles are extremely hard workers. The Emperor is all about career and leadership and matter. He is the ruler of the material world. Number 4 is also the matter, the structure, with the 8. If you have a connection like that right now in your life, it is highly karmic and it's leading here. That's great. 10 of Pentacles. It's beautiful. But it requires work. It requires control. Not control of the other, but control of the self. Rebuilding what was broken, but not the same thing, but building new on top of the ruins. But cleaning the ruins first, of course. It's like when you open a closet of demons and all the demons come out, except that it's not demons. You're just opening a sort of Pandora box because all your boxes are breaking, and then it's like the Messiah is coming. The revival of the dead, of all your past reincarnations, of your soul existence. This is wonderful. And now it comes to light and expresses itself in a very physical, mundane way. 4 and 8, the Emperor and the 8 of Pentacles. Very practical, very existing energy. No nonsense type of energy. And if this is the result, Cancer, wow. Worth it. Worth it. Hi. This is painful. Worth it. So many gods here. This is also Odin, who hung himself on the tree of the Yggdrasil. The Yggdrasil was the tree of life in the Celtic culture, and with the Celtics and the Vikings and the Gaelics and the pagans. He hung himself for 12 nights from the tree upside down to discover the truth of life, and then the runes unveiled to him. I will give you a message from the runes at the end of your extended reading. At the end of this reading, we'll have a message from the Divine Circus Oracle. Fine. Nice, Cancer. Powerful. Powerful. Very powerful. Okay. I have 9 cards on the table. Let's grab a couple more to conclude the month of August for us. If you're having doubts between together or separate, working on it will be very worth the while, because this is it. Cool. I want to have about 1 or 2 more cards before I move to the Oracle reading and then to the extended. Okay. Ooh! Nice. Knight of Pentacles. A very practical proposition, offer, proposal. Could be work, could be partnership, could be anything. But it's slow, it's steady, it's real. It will manifest. I have here extreme practical cards. Once you're done with all the gunk and BS, once you break through the old mechanism of yours and allow yourself to discover a new sense of self and start working on that sense of self and putting your focus and energy and investment in your future as opposed to your past, life will start bringing you more and more opportunities that resonate with that new future. And there are a lot of pentacles and a lot of material numbers on the table. It will be worth the while financially as well. One more card for my lovely Cancer seekers. I really like this reading for you guys. Simple, accurate, powerful. Okay, I have 3 cards. I have, wow, 3 of Cups, the Hierophant, Queen of Swords. Very strong sense of values and spirituality. You care about the truth, about what's right. You have a vision, a goal. You want to change something, you want to heal something. You're in the right direction, you know what you're talking about. Your sense of truth and values and knowledge is very powerful. The Hierophant can be dogmatic. The Queen of Swords, she's an Aquarius. She's very outside of the box. These two combined together, very vast type of wisdom and intellect, because they are the wisdom and the intellect both of the spirit and of the earthly. It's both of the structured and of the abstract. It's a very abstract way of thinking, but that consists within the boundaries of the ability to express yourself in a clear way. A lot of sense of clarity here. Sharp vision to the future. Okay, some of you that it's relevant for, if you have a vision or you want to build a new type of structure, world, whatever, you have to be able to let go of your old world. You have to. Some of you really want to break through the mechanism of the world, of some sort of type of old way of thinking, of a negative consciousness, something that doesn't serve us as a society or as humanity anymore. And you want to awaken people, and you're working very hard for it. So there are 2 narratives. Maybe it's for different types of viewers. Maybe it's relevant. Maybe both are relevant to you. One is of the love. There's a very strong love connection here, and one is of the work for a new world order. Could be both. I don't know. You tell me. I'm curious. Tell me. Write me. But if you are a teacher or you're a student that has a very meaningful teacher in your life, this is a very powerful type of teaching, type of knowledge, type of wisdom. Some of you are conveying your truth and your messages through the electronic world, could be through media. Maybe you're like me, maybe you have a YouTube channel, maybe you're a blogger or a writer. Even though the Hierophant has religious kind of attributes to it, combining with the Queen of Swords, it's more of the spiritual type of leader or the life coach, something that is outside of the box. Now, with the 3 of Cups, let's not forget about that. I'm going to take the spiritual aspect of it before I connect it to the 2 of Cups and I make the emotional partnership type of reading from it, but I'm taking it right now with the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. So let's take the spiritual lesson of the Three of Cups. It's the next card, by the way, that I'm going to do a lesson on in my Tarot Masterclass. If you want to know more, if you want to learn tarot, you have all the links below in the information box. I teach tarot. So next class will be Three of Cups. Anyway, Three of Cups spiritual lesson talks about accepting the joy and manifesting from joy and happiness, and not allowing doubts and fears kind of go inside your communication and your thought process and your actions, and always operate it from happiness. In the Jewish religion, there's a phrase called V'hayita ach sameach. It's actually a mitzvah to be joyous, to be happy. It's a way of serving creation, serving your God, serving life, because you need to be joyous that you're happy, that you were born. So some of you are connecting the joy of life and manifestation from focusing on the positive, like a Pollyanna type of view on life, and you're giving it a very beautiful, unique type of structure or mechanism to help people, to help groups. Maybe some of you are teachers, coaches, maybe you talk with groups, especially with the Queen of Wands here. Now let's rearrange the card, and I'll show you your extended. Can you see? Okay. Now your extended will be made of what I'm doing right now. I'm rebuilding the narratives here. This we covered. We covered pretty well. Okay. I want to have a bit more information. Okay, 2 queens here. That's potential rivalry, especially with the Three of Cups, or working together several women. We will see. I'm going to clarify this. Okay. No. This is pretty clear. I'm going to connect the 8 and the 8, perhaps, and the Hierophant with the Queen of Swords. Okay. So before I go to the Divine Circus Oracle, I want to show you your extended. In the extended, I have 2, 3, 4. I look at the number aspect of the thing. Obvious love connection, where the Divine Masculine is more dominant. But the Divine Feminine doesn't seem too miserable, so we'll look into that. Because underneath I have 2 queens, potential rivalry between 2 Divine Feminines, or a Divine Feminine and a Karmic. I don't know yet. I want to check. Simultaneously, we have the Karmic triangle, 8, 8, 4, strong karma. And we have the teachers, the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Wands can also be a type of teacher. So we have several points of interest here that I will clarify and go into in your extended. I will also do a Celtic cross. Celtic cross is a very ancient reading, consisting of 10 cards with different locations, specific locations. So every card, its interpretation comes in accordance to its to where it's located in the reading. And finally, we will have a message from the runes. Okay? Great. So we have this as an extended. We'll look at the number aspect of it, the energy element of it. So part of it will be going deeper into the existing narrative that we just went through, and part of it will probably, potentially, might be new narrative. And then I'll make a whole new shuffle, and I'll do a Celtic cross, which is just a different way of working with the cards. It's kind of interesting. It will show us a different way of reading. Okay. All right. Fun. Put these here. I hope you can see me well, because when I'm looking at the screen, I only see my shade. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters, right? All right. So, first few months, I used to do the Divine Circus Oracle cards as messages at the end. Then I moved to the I Ching for the entire month of July for my road trip that I did for you guys. All the videos had messages from the I Ching. That was great. But now I feel like for August, I want to move back to the Divine Circus Oracle by Alana Fairchild, who are just magical and beautiful and bring really beautiful messages. Okay, so messages for my beautiful Cancer seekers. By the way, Cancer, watch your July readings. Right now, this is July 20th. It's only the second third of the month. Now you can look back and really understand the reading for July for yourself and make the understandings and connections and really learn from it. And also you have 10 more days, so it's more fresh. Okay? So I really recommend doing that if you want to. Anyway, Cancer for August. Message for Cancer for August. Cancer seeker, viewers, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, the collective that is watching me right now. Okay, ooh, I have two. Darn. Okay, that's very interesting. I have Ra 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 and the Good Geisha, and if I remember correctly, they are literally the opposite types of messages, so maybe I'm having here two messages for two different narratives here. Also two women, so potentially this Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands thing. Queen of Swords is a air sign, could be mostly Aquarius, but can also be Gemini and Libra. Queen of Wands is a fire sign, mostly Leo, but can be a Sagittarius and an Aries. I have a strong Aries here because of the Emperor, and the Emperor is Aries. It's April. But let's see, I'm going to read both of them for you. Ra 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 and the Good Geisha. Okay. So let's start with Ra Ra Ra, which is number 10. This lady, this pretty lady. So of course, I don't know if you hear it, but I hear it, the laundry is working. Great timing, exactly when I'm doing my video to put the laundry. Thanks. Alright. Ra Ra Ra. Have you had enough of the dark side of life? Fear, doubt, uncertainty, anxiety, frustration, and believing that you cannot manifest your dreams are signs that you've been in the darkness too long. It's your time to step out of the darkness and into the light. It takes a lot of courage to leave darkness behind and embrace the light. To step into the light means that you give up attachments to drama, the stories of suffering and the pain of the past. You don't deny your struggles or your pain, but you know it is possible to let it go in favor of trust, reassurance, comfort, and commitment to what holds meaning for you, again and again and again, for as often as needs be, until you are free. Sometimes the courage of stepping into the light means a willingness to set aside the mental anguish and say, today I just choose to trust that everything is going to work out according to a higher and unconditionally loving divine plan that has my best interest at heart. It means that you acknowledge what you have gone through without needing to keep score. It means that you are willing to pay more attention to what is happening in this moment and to believe wholeheartedly that the universe is working with you and for you, not against you. Like the sun cracking through the night to bring the dawn of a new day, the Oracle of Ra 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 is your divine wake-up call. Your dark days are numbered and your time in the divine spotlight is upon you. Be willing to shine your light. Even if no one else around you seems to be willing to shine up, even if no one else around you seems to understand, acknowledge, or recognize it at first, or even for a long time, you are brave enough to shine true, with or without others holding your hand and encouraging you. Maybe others need to find their way to you so they can help you or be helped by your light. For that to happen, you are going to need to stand in the dark and shine with trust, patience, and courage. If you've been in the dark, so to speak, for a while, you might find it hard to trust in the light at first. You might worry that the goodness won't last and that it's better to be pessimistic now than disappointed later. Those are tricks of darkness. Don't believe in them. Trust in the power of light within you, and don't be afraid to let it shine bright. I love this, and it really resonates with the reading. Affirmation to say to yourself when you need it. Light infuses all parts of me and my life with loving power, protection, and peace. Rah, rah, rah. Beautiful. Okay, now we have another message. Cancer, you got 2 messages from the Oracle. I'm not going to argue with the energy. The Good Geisha. Number 18. All right, let's read. The Good Geisha. You are clever. You know how to play an impressive game of strategy to win approval and gain allies. Even without always noticing it consciously, you can sense what people want. Sometimes you are so good at showing others what they want to see that you forget how beautiful you are when you are just being you. But your time has come, the time to unveil the one true real you and attract the allies who are not interested in what you can do for them, but who love you for who you really are. Okay, so this is kind of similar actually. You are ready to opt out of a game that most people play unconsciously. It's a game of image and appearance at the expense of the true self. So many people are so used to playing this game, they no longer realize they are doing it. They don't really know who they are, and they are afraid to really find out. They live behind masks that appeal to others, but slowly starve their authentic self, denying it the opportunity to experience being seen and to receive real love. Any promise of success, love, or wealth that begins with you contorting yourself into something you are not is a false promise. It cannot deliver anything worthy of you. Okay, I have to stop here. This is really resonating with a lot of, unfortunately, romantic partnerships. When you know how on a first date you present yourself as the perfect guy or the perfect girl, and for the first couple of months or even more, you only show your beautiful sides or the things that you think your partner would be interested in, and like you're putting on a mask. If someone is falling in love with your mask, soon enough the mask will break and fall because you're human and you can't hold that mask for a really long time. And then one morning you guys will wake up and be like, who are you? This is not what I signed in for. Which is why I always tell people, be super authentic with who you are from the start. Lay all the cards on the table, literally. Be honest. Be sincere. 100%. Show yourself. The good aspects and the negative aspects. The hopes and the fears. And if the person in front of you doesn't resonate with these or doesn't click with this or can't accept it, better to find out in the beginning than going into a connection and then discovering that it wasn't true. Most of relationships break and fall because people fall in love with each other's masks. And then when the mask falls, they remain, facing each other and like, hi, who are you? The Good Geisha tells you that you're very good at that game, giving people what they want, putting on that mask, but it's time for you to unveil yourself. And better to be hated for who you are than loved for who you are not. Let's continue. You are not one of those fearful souls, but you know what it is like to have been caged in an invisible prison, a way of thinking and being that is not good for you. In times gone by, your soul has been shackled, your voice silenced, your true beauty hidden under more appropriate and acceptable guises. Your intentions misunderstood and your words misconstrued. You've been like a beautiful wild creature, captured as though somehow you could be tamed and changed. This is very much also the combination of the Hangman, Judgment, and the Tower, where your spirit can no longer be caged by a sense of how things should be or how you should be behaving, and the sacrifice is being too heavy of a burden on your soul, and you're just shattering through that and showing yourself in your full glory and truth in the Judgment. Fortunately, your sacred rage and divine defiance has rattled the cage of your past, forcing the door to swing open. You can and must continue to set yourself free. Be free from the expectations, opinions, and projections of others. Be free even from the self-image. This is important. Be free even from the self-image that you convinced yourself you were supposed to be. Be unafraid to discover the depths of your own being coming to life. If you do not, you shall bind yourself to a life far too bland for the color and majesty of your soul. Being what another wants you to be is a false promise of love, and you are destined for love, real, wild, pure, and true. Make sure you start by giving it to yourself. Then you can share it with others and receive it from others too. Affirmation. Simple. It is so good to be me. I will conclude your August reading, Cancer, with that. It is so good to be me. Cancer Ascendant. Okay, I will see you in a second. Link below in the information box to the Tarot Masterclass and, of course, to your extended readings for August. So I will see you in a second in your extended readings and regardless in September. Love you guys very much, Cancer.